Alright, now finishing this up, we have gotten our equation into a more perfect standard form, and then we have also listed out the a squared, b squared, and c squared from the equation and our relationship between a, b, and c. So then we figured out what a, b, and c are by taking the square root. We also made note that the A came from underneath the X's, the B came from underneath the Y's, and C is always the same direction that A is. Alright, so once we've done that initially, now it's time to start in graphing what we know and listing out all of our important things. Now I know that our original problem did not ask us for the center, but we always have to start from the center. That's really the most important part of the ellipse. So our center here is the h and k values. And if you'll remember, h is what's being subtracted from the x, and k is what's being subtracted from the y. So, since nothing is being subtracted from either of those, then we could say the center is at the point 0, 0. So I'm going to go ahead and plot that. Now, it is asking us for vertices and foci. Now, when it says just find the vertices, usually they mean the major vertices, although I have seen some books ask for the major vertices and then separately the minor vertices. So I'm going to go ahead and list both of them out just to be on the safe side. Okay, our major vertices, that's going to be A units from the center. In this case, A is in the x direction. So we're going to go 3 square roots of 2, which is roughly 4 point something. It's, because the square root of 18, it's 3 square roots of 2 would be a little over 4. So for my graphing purposes, I'm just going to put it right there and right about here. Now, to get to those points, we had to go out 3 square roots of 2 and up and down nothing. So oops, don't want to put a comma there. 3 square roots of 2, comma 0, and negative 3 square roots of 2, comma 0 to get to the other side. Our minor vertices are going to be B units from the center, and in this case in the y direction. So the square root of 2 is a little over 1, so I'm going to go a little over 1 in the y direction this time. So that's going to make those points 0 in the x direction and up the square root of 2. So that would be 0, comma square root of 2. And then the other one would be 0, comma down the square root of 2. So actually, this is my ellipse right here. Now the last thing we have to do is list out our foci, our two of them. Sometimes people say foci, foci, it's kind of tomato. I prefer to say foci, I just like that hard C sound. Anyway, it's a C distance from the center, and in this case it's going to be again in the x direction because that's our major vertex. So to get to the foci, we're going to go 4 units from the center in the x direction. So in this case that would be very tiny here, right here, and also over here on 4. And then just plain name those points. So the right one would be the point 4, 0. And the left one would be the point negative 4, 0. And that's everything we need to know about the ellipse. It does take a little bit of logic and a little bit of thinking things out, but if you will list all of your important parts, the A, B's, and C's, and keep those straight, and if you understand how the ellipse is put together in relationship to each other, then these are no problem at all.